Hello, folks. Hello. It's me. It's Zazie. And I am, I am hoping tonight that we've got stuff working. I mean, I don't know for sure, but So tonight, we're hopefully spending our final night in Steve Jackson's Sorcery. So tonight we're going to have a big slathering of spoilers, because I've been looking at walkthroughs. And we're going to have a brief tutorial on how to hack the save file, which I did. And maybe, just maybe, we might beat the game. We might beat it. I'm still not 100% sure on this one. Hello, Jaffa. Good to see you. World Otter Day. I don't know any otters that big. I've been thinking it was a world tree. Is it a world otter now? Like, yigged webzerl? Oh, that's a terrible pun. That's not going to work at all. Anyway, I hope the world otter is happy. I hope it's been venerated enough today. But yeah, Sorcery tonight. Here's hoping. I don't know if this will work. I've done some illegal modding. But that's fine, that's fair. Sometimes you just have to mod illegally. Sometimes you just have to, roll up your sleeve and get deep in the guts there. And, you know, I did 4 3/4 books legit. So, give me my cheating. Oh. Hello, Saria. And hello, Silver, by the way. I have the I might have the power. I have some power. I got the power! I don't know, though. Like, I definitely have some motivation to try and get this right. So we're gonna see what happens, and we're gonna see if it worked. That said, I think we might not be getting a great ending. But that's only because I'm not quite patient enough. And I'll get... Oh good, I can do it 10 times. Anyway, I'm not quite patient enough, and I will, point out and explain the ways I am not quite patient enough. I'll show y'all, like, what I can do, what I'm not going to do, what I could do. And, talk a little bit about the assorted other story paths that might exist. And, we'll just try for, like, the mediocre ending, and I will sorta... Maybe I'll load up the save and sort of nudge things around. See what happens. That said, you've got 40 seconds before all that sort of nonsense bullshit happens. That's probably enough time to make yourself some popcorn if you... just keep pushing the 9 button on the microwaves, and then hit start and walk away. It'll come out fine, I promise you. It'll be delicious. The browning adds flavor. It's called the Maillard reaction. Don't worry about the smell. Don't even worry about the smell. You might hear something explode. That's just the wind. The most resolute you've ever felt about how 12 seconds in your life might go. Yeah. Yeah, those words you said. That's absolutely how I feel about this. I lost track of what we were talking. Let's go over here. And I'd like to introduce you all to our special guest star, the save file for Sorcery 4. This is what the save file looks like. As you can see, it is a lot of variables, like do, sleep, drink, potion. Captured in Outer Yards intro, done too. The entire thing is 50 megabytes of text detailing, like, all the shit that has happened so far in the game. One of those things, if we find it here, disable normal rewind. True. Now, what I did in the version that we'll be playing with is I set disable normal rewind to false every time it appeared in this document, and now we can rewind again. That's nice. The other thing that I wanted to set, once I realized that it was in fact the key to a victory, is no Sun Serpent, trapped Sun Serpent. The Sun Serpent Orb. I have restored the Sun Serpent Orb to our inventory. I searched all the variables that had to do with having the Sun Serpent Orb, and I set it true. So we have the Sun Serpent Orb again, because it turns out that is kind of key to one of the it is key to one of the ways in which we can get one of the endings. So that's interesting and important. And there are all kinds of variables in there. I am absolutely positive you can fuck around with them to your heart's content and make your save file just completely unfucking usable or whatever. Always keep a backup before you start editing stuff. Always keep a backup. It's good advice. But yeah, now when I pull up this save, here we are, you'll notice that we have the ability to rewind again. But we can rewinding only takes us like through the kitchens and stuff. So we will have it from now on, but going back past this point, we can't do it for some reason. It's bothersome. And you'll also notice, as soon as I find the bastard, that we have the Sun Serpent Orb again. So, that's good. We've lost a point of maximum stamina. We sleep here, close our eyes, etc. And now we're gonna head on up to the tower again. Now, apparently there are a lot of ways in which we can, regain maximum stamina, most of which I did not find. But let's head on through into the square. We'll do the thing, and we'll get up the stairs again. Now, allegedly, somewhere in here, there is an old beggar woman. And, I have no idea where she is. But she is required for one of the endings of the game. She will give you, apropos of nothing, a potion of magic dissolution. And you have to take that potion to the tops of 3 of these towers and cast a spell on it to charge it. And then when you fight the Archmage, none of his magic works on you. So that's interesting, but it's not the route we're going. Now, the thing is, there is a lot in this game. And skimming down a walkthrough, like a very, very detailed walkthrough, and looking through the variables in the save file, it made it very clear to me that we have not seen at least 40% of it, at least, I would say. There is there is shit in this game that we haven't even guessed at. And I'll get more into that later. Alright, we're just gonna, go straight up to the guards. We'll give that lady a hug. Calm her down. Need to go through? Why is that? Where's your captain? What army? Hold the guard back. Strain the guard. Flirt. Alright, go on through. So there is a ton of stuff that we don't know in this game. But it doesn't matter because we're gonna beat it inside the next half hour, I'm sure. And then the rest of the stream will be me fucking around. Let's just hop the palisade. I don't think there's any way to get past the bird folks up ahead without a fight of some kind. So, we're just gonna have to do that. It's fine, though. We shall slay. Aggressively. Greet them. Stand aside. Dude, I wonder what happens if we claim to be the Archmage. What a crock. She continues to laugh even as she slams the butt of her halberd into your groin, sending you flying backwards. Oh. That actually got me arrested. I'll be damned. Well, it's a good thing we can rewind now, isn't it? Alright, greet them. I need to pass. I'm the ambassador from Kare. Who do you represent? Vic, the first noble. That's right, isn't it? I suppose you can enter. Ambassadors have deep pockets. A bribe is Mempeng so corrupt? And then they fight, and, you know. You want to go inside? Yes. 40 gold pieces. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna stab him. Oh well. You can't win them all. Sometimes you can't even win most of them. Ow. Hopefully we will be able to get through this without actually dying in this fight. No, I think we're gonna die in this fight, actually. Well, you know what? That's... Okay, kill us off. We'll redo the fight. See, there's a reason why I'm like... You know, maybe we'll beat this game tonight, maybe. Can I say for sure that we're going to beat it? No. Because stuff like this will happen. Now that I know things can be wildly different, do I think I'll give this another personal play in the future? Probably. Um, there's another game by Inkle called 80 Days. It's based on the story Around the World in 80 Days. And I have played that game through dozens and dozens and dozens of times. There are so many different branches. Honestly, every single game made by Inkle is something that interests me. And they're all extraordinarily replayable. In part because of the randomized aspect, and in part because there are too many branching paths to see in one run. You just can't. And I love that shit. So will I give this another play for myself in the future? Absolutely. Absolutely. I know that the first two books are the smallest. So I don't know whether I'll go through those, but, no, I might. But I think if I play it in the future, I will be glancing at a walkthrough here and there. Just to weigh my options, essentially. I've done a blind playthrough. Now I can start looking into additional stuff. I don't know, that's just how I feel, I guess. Alright, up we go. And I definitely want to play a character that is maybe a little bit better prepared coming into books 3 and 4. I want to play a character that maybe doesn't make heavy use of the beacons as much, perhaps. I understand that if you don't use the beacons at all in book 3, you don't get cursed with Zed in book 4. Or rather, you have the option as to whether you accept the curse or not. And that means that, you're playing in one hit mode, essentially. You die, you have to rewind back to the city gates and start over. And that's interesting to me. Because it feels like the plot really wants you to engage with Zed. So, getting here in such a way that you don't embrace death and rebirth feels like the hard challenge mode. Alright, look at the pack. Look at the bottles. Yet when I say there's so damn much in this, well, we're not far off from me breaking into that, but... Alright, what counterspell's hot? I know something counterspell's hot, because I've forgotten. The thing is, Saria, that this is a large departure from the original game books. I caught a fleeting mention, in fact, that one thing in particular that was pivotal in the printed version of this is a total red herring in the computer version. And likewise, in the game book, having Zed cast on you was essentially an extended game over sequence. You were not supposed to have that curse on you. So, I find that really interesting. They deviated significantly, and it is in a way that I think, really accentuates the nature of the... They knew what they were doing. Yeah, I really feel like this was made by hardcore fans of the book. Okay, open the door. It's invisible. Cast a spell. In a way, I guess this is the Final Fantasy VII Reborn of Steve Jackson's Sorcery, and I'm loath to make that comparison, but I suppose it is a valid one. That was TEL. Yeah, see, we only have 5 stamina going in. I'm feeling a little bit nervous about this. Read the message. I will take all your yesterdays and I will take all your tomorrows. It's the counterspell to Zed, and that is Res. This came many years before. You know, it kind of did. This is listed as, like, 2015, and the game book version was before that, obviously. The game book version was in, like, the 80s, I think. The thing, I would love to see Inkle get their hands on some of the other game book stuff that I know of. Like, the Lone Wolf books already have a perfectly good. I would love to see them get their hands on, like, the Goosebumps, the Give Yourself Goosebumps license, or the, official Choose Your Own Adventure license, and just pump out 5 or 10 of those. I don't think there's ever been a digital version of, the Choose Your Own Adventures game books. And you would think that that would make, like, the perfect phone app. Just selling you, you know, they give you like a base game and then they sell you like new books as expansions for like $5 a pop. Alright, we are through the throbbing door. We do not get that stamina boost again. So I'm gonna pray for health because I think we need it. Time to try this once again. Up we climb. Keep going. So, this cell here. You remember when it kept eating all the magic we cast? That's because Jan is in fact in this cell. Now, the way that you find that out officially in-game is you get all the way up to the Archmage's room, and if you have 0 of the preparations made to fight him, he sends you back down to prison, where you meet Jan. You then have to kill Jan in order to be able to cast a spell to get out. Which is wonderful. Great. Getting out takes you to the Archmage's library, where you can read a couple of lore books and find out some tips on how to defeat him. And then the Archmage shows up at the demon and kills you and you die. So you start the whole thing back over again, and this time you know Jan's in the cell, so you can open it up and bring him with you. I thought really hard about this. I thought really hard about taking that route. Nice, thank you. It seems slightly obvious to me, but I don't know. Um, I thought about taking that route, but that would leave us with, like, very low max health. We would have to run around the city trying to figure out how to get more max health before we did anything, and I don't know. Anyway, we're not doing that. We're picking up Flanker. Flanker? You have got better at seeing me, I see. Push him through the window. What are you doing here? That is the correct question. I would have killed you sooner. I recall I bested you. Alright, we can have that whole argument with him, but instead, we head on up, take out the Sun Serpent Orb. What is that? You will not trick me with baubles. Don't you recognize it? Flanker shakes his head. You will not turn me from my purpose with these games, Inolander. You turn the orb over in your hands, and the narrow corridor the Sun Serpent would fill the space. You brace yourself, then fling the orb down onto the tower floor. It shatters, and a radiant, blinding light billows into the corridor. As the light coalesces, it reveals itself to be a giant serpent that shined with inner fire. You! You gave me to her! Flanker draws his blade and sets his stance. Watch the fight. Last time I thought, charge and attack. Oh, we'll be attacking Flanker alongside the Sun Serpent. No, we attack the Sun Serpent. That's bad. That's wrong. We don't do that. The serpent sails down onto Flanker, breathing terrible flame. Flanker can barely defend himself. The serpent bashes Flanker across the hallway. He collapses, breathing with difficulty. The serpent rears up, ready for the kill. Flanker will be dead in moments if you do not intervene. His eyes meet yours, and for a moment you see his true face. Inolander, what are you doing here? Now, we could let him die, and then go up, and confront the Archmage, get sent down to deal with Jan, etc. Instead, we're going to charge in and attack. And we're going to try to beat the dragon. Serpent, excuse me. We're going to try to beat the serpent on very low health. Now that the serpent has clobbered some sense into him. Question is, how are we going to do this? I think it attacks super heavy. Yeah. Oh my god! You cannot defeat the sun. I can try. Oh god, we are... The sun will always rise again. Oh my... Do you have to say shit like that? Do you have to? I don't know. Yeah, we got steamrolled. Alright. How are we gonna do this? I don't know if we are. I love Japan's flag. The rising sun, yes. Okay, I got that. But yeah, like, we defend and it's 3 points immediately. And we only do 2. Oh god, alright. I never thought about this. How are we gonna win? I genuinely don't know. Maybe we have to... God, I don't know. Let's rewind again. We'll do the whole thing with the Sun Serpent. Maybe this will reset the RNG so it doesn't fucking nuke us? Force the Sun Serpent to run out of helium. You want to know an interesting thing I learned skimming the wiki? I have no idea how you learn this in-game. I have no idea. Oh god. Alright, let's make a small attack. Alright. Let's block. It's doing so much. I don't think we can beat this, actually. Anyway, I learned that the Sun Serpent's weakness is being submerged in water. And also, apparently, it is the lover of the Water Serpent. Which, I think is very cute and charming. Alright. Defense. -3. Oh, God. Look hard at me. Let me burn your eyes. No. I'm really hoping... No, I can't. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here... The serpents are just all horny for... Well, maybe they're just all horny for each other. Alright, what I'm gonna do here... is I'm gonna open up the save file again. Let's see, is there a stamina variable? Z stamina warning, max stamina change, enemy initial stamina is 14. Yeah, I don't, I'm trying to see if I can find, like, our stamina. Stamina 14. Alright, does that reappear anywhere in here? I'm not sure. I believe we have max 14 stamina. Is that the case? Oh, one moment, let me just... Here. Yeah, rip. We'll rewind. We have 10 of 14 stamina. I wonder if there is a way to determine that. Let's see. Oh, how about, max stamina? What if we try editing that? Max stamina, 17. The current would just be a counter. Max would be the save. So stamina 14 is probably it. No, please do not find and replace right now. Just find. Max stamina, 16. Okay, I think it's going backward. I think I have to, start up here at the start. Yeah, max stamina 14. Alright. What if I change this to 24? And, can I replace it in the file? Hold on. I am just gonna close this window so y'all don't look at my directory structure and shit. Actually, I think that's a scratch file I saved off for an example. Let me open up the real file, and then I can save that off. Maybe not while the game is running. Alright, so I am gonna try and give myself max stamina. So that's app data, and I go to the Inkle directory. So that would fix my max stamina. I may have to give myself, like, a potion of blimberry juice or something just to, allow us to heal up. But, alright, let's open this. Search for the max stamina variable. That's 14. I'm gonna bump it up to 24. I don't actually think that worked. Hold on. Edit. Now, I had this working earlier. Nice stamina 24. Update it in the archive. Alright. Because it is, like, G-zipped. Let's start the game again and see if my stamina has in fact increased to 24. Or my max stamina has. Alright. Do we have... measures of holy water? So we have resurrection stuff. Potions of fire water. But we don't have any, like, blimberry juice or anything. So I am gonna go ahead and... Effie is sitting back, watching you with interest. I bet you are, ma'am. I bet you are. Alright, so we're gonna, go ahead and... mod in some blimberry juice. Assuming I can find it. Let's see, blimberry. Cannot find blimberry. Potion? Oh no, that finds so much. Okay, how can I heal? How can I heal? Rations! We'll give ourselves more food. Alright, let's give ourselves some rations. Updated in the archive. Okay, we've updated that. Let me see if that worked. Rations at 0. Darn. Raw meat. I'm loading the dice in my favor. I am. I'm doing my best. Alright, let me open that file again. And I will look for more ways in which I could give myself, like, rations. Because it's clear that we're not going to survive this. And I want to be able to show y'all an ending. Even if it's not a good ending. And I don't think it will be. It'll be an okay ending. It'll be, yeah. Let's see. Find rations. I'm not sure, try searching for stamina. 10. I do find stamina 10. Alright, so it is saved in here. In various locations. I'll just replace all of them. Set that to 24. Yeah. Already ahead of you. I figure 24 is, like, enough stamina to run on for a bit. Let's see if that worked. Stamina 20. Not 24. I want to see if I can diagnose that. I mean, it's good enough, but it's not what I typed. So I'm curious if there's yeah, there's a loose stamina 20 in here. There was a loose stamina 20, and it must have been reading that. Update in archive. Let's see if that worked. Stamina 24. Alright. Now I think we have a chance of beating the serpent. Take out the sun serpent orb. Smash it. Now we can watch the fight until Flanker is, back in his right mind. Now then! Heaven or Hell, Duel 1. Duel 3, technically. Let's rock. Alright, descend. It charges in hard. You cannot defeat the sun. I can try. And if we lose, we can always redo it. A little bit of chip damage. The sun will always rise again. How many of these do you have, man? Ow, that's 3 damage. Ow, that's 4 damage. Okay. Alright, descend. God, I might need more stamina than this. Any attack is 3 damage. And I don't think we're doing much. Maybe I need to come in with water. We have a lot of holy water. It's just that I don't think we can use it that way. A good day to burn human. Is always a good day to burn human. Haha. Human very flammable. I make joke. Alright. Defend once. And now we go in. And we won. And we have 22 stamina lost. We lost more stamina than we had for most of the books. You stagger backward, nursing your wounds. The sun serpent is dead. Flanker blinks, gasping. The assassin suddenly stops in his path. He blinks slowly as though rousing himself. You! He breathes. I was going to kill you. Come with me and have your revenge. Flanker nods. We will go together. Together we will form a force so powerful it cannot be ignored. You help him to his feet, and he points to the doorway. We help him to his feet. I imagine we are like a tripod right now, just leaning into each other. At the top of the tower, the maggot is unarmed. This will be easy. You head along the landing. Flanker walks ahead in silence. There is an archway here, but it contains a recessed stone wall as if someone had bricked open a door over a doorway. Curious. I cheated and still got my... No, actually, I kept the arm. Well, I just got set on fire a lot. I am human meatloaf. And I would do anything for love. You push on the wall, but it does not budge. Your hands, however, begin to tingle. There's something strange about the wall. You step back once more to consider it. I did not come up this way, Flanker remarks. I climbed the outside of the tower. So do we get inside? I do not know. There must be a way. You tap on the wall. It feels like solid stone, but one stone you tap has a faint ring to it. You knock twice on the stone. It emits a soft hum. You put your hands together as though in prayer, then touch your little fingers against the wall. The humming becomes louder, and then the wall vanishes. I 100% guessed. So... You walk inside to discover a large library. Bookshelves line the wall, and more books are stacked on a desk in the corner. You pull a book at random to check the title. 12 Methods of Summoning. Taking a few more, you see that every book concerns magic. You have found the Archmage's personal collection. You're feeling weak, so you stop to rest and meditate. Outside, night has fallen. Eventually, you get to your feet once more, somewhat refreshed. The library is dead silent and dusty. Clearly no servants come here. This place is for the Archmage alone. You have never seen so many books of magic in one place. Whole libraries of spellbooks containing every variant, every minute detail of the art of spellcasting. The Archmage's power must truly be vast with access to so much knowledge. Flanker is making his way along the wall, tapping methodically brick by brick. Anything? Flanker only grunts. You go over to the shelves and run your finger along the titles. The Perception of Perception, Artifacts of Teleportation, Magical Prisms. You open the book. The first few pages are dry, narrated in a soft, low voice. Eventually, the book's voice stops reading. Who are you? It demands. You're not the Archmage. You're inside this book? Surely that's obvious, replies the book, and there is only one way you end up in a book. You're cursed? After a fashion. Who are you? The pages of the books rifle themselves with satisfaction. I am Valaquesh, the greatest Archmage the Vortress ever have. I swelled our numbers, I taught peasants to till the field with spells of giantism. I built the portal traps of Kare and distributed their secrets among its people. I did many acts of wonder, and you can read all about them in my book. But how are you speaking? There is no speech, the book replies, quite clearly and in a southern Baklan's accent. This conversation is purely a construction of my essence. My life has been distilled so perfectly into this book that even to glance across the pages within it is to gain an understanding of me. The book leaps a little in your palm. Now, dear reader, there's a rhyme at the front of this volume. Perhaps you could read it out for me? Just then, Flanker knocks the book from your hand. You have been staring at that volume for nearly an hour, he declares. Stop now before it cages you. You shake yourself. The book lies upside down, hissing and cursing into the carpet. Cautiously, you put the muttering book carefully into your pack. Yeah, let's take this with us. You head across the room, but find no opposite door. There is a way forward, Flanker remarks. It must also be disguised, but I do not know where. Well, we can, always rewind. We can always rewind now. So, let's try the teleport spell. Let's see what happens. We can't cast the teleport spell. Fuck. Artifacts of teleportation? The writing is crabbed and dense, and you have to lean over the tome to make sense of it. The author writes that spells of teleportation can be attuned to mundane objects. Unlike most spells, the text reads, certain types of teleportation do not need a grimalkin to function. Flicking further through the book, you discover some writing has appeared on the page. Teleportation requires a rotation of elements of reality and separation from other elements of reality. The pivot for such a movement must be a fixed astral point. You notice your pack feels lighter, and 3 new books have appeared on the shelf. The 18 Uses of Spiderfish, a treatise on astrological shift and on the heat of magical combustion. What just vanished out of my pack? I don't fucking know. I genuinely have no idea what just vanished out of my pack. You find the Bracelet of Bone has gone missing. Well, maybe we'll just nudge back a bit. We'll rewind. We'll, grab that book on magical prisons. What way is that? Let's just take the book with us. Alright, I actually do not know, how we get up there. The opposite door must be disguised. Alright, let's cast how. As in, how do we continue? There are many secrets here and dangers within some pages, the voice declares. But seek your escape, where you cannot easily look. The dizzying amount of learning that surrounds you is intoxicating. You are sorely tempted by the thought of spending days here, soaking up new techniques and spells, but you could not when you are so close to your goal. In the middle of the room is a desk covered in notes. Leafing through them, you can see they are mostly devoted to the manipulation of time. The problem has been attacked from several angles, and its notes reference a host of books and sorcerers you have never heard of. You begin reading, curious to know your enemy better. It seems he is chiefly interested in being able to specify the exact distance of teleportation achieved by a time-altering spell. In effect, being able to specify when exactly to travel back to. So far, he seems to be unsuccessful, although he might have taken other notes with him. Like you, the Archmage seems to have jumped through time. He also has devised a way to manipulate time on a large scale, though the details are unclear. Yet that sketch of a tower looks rather familiar. Alright, I'm gonna Google, like, Archmage Tower. Because I feel sure that we should be able to get up there. And I don't know how. It's very frustrating. Look where you can't oh wait, I get it. Never mind, I don't have to Google. Look where you cannot easily look, the perceptions of perception. You lift down the perception book and open it to find the contents are a single elaborate diagram. As your eye traces its lines and outline, you find yourself becoming acutely aware of hidden meanings and references within the art. It is as though the book is teaching you to see what is hidden. You continue to follow the diagram and become acutely aware of your own heartbeat. You follow the diagram onward and start to notice little hairs inside your nose. You continue to trace out the lines in the image and begin to hear faint creaks from the stones of the tower, leaning in the wind. You follow the diagram further and become aware of the sound of someone writing upstairs. Okay. You are starting to feel quite dizzy. Getting close to collapse. You follow the diagram further and cannot keep your eyes straight anymore. When you look up from the book, you are startled to see you are looking at another door across the room, which you had not seen before. There's nothing stopping us, you declare. Come on. You exit the library to the steps beyond. You climb another winding set of stairs up to the next level of the tower. You are high now. The wind outside is roaring past, shivering the glass in the windows. This way, Flanker says in a voice like gravel. The corridor winds around the tower until it reaches a small wooden door. Another window casts a dim light across the floor. This is the top of the highest tower in Zaman. This is the garret of the Archmage himself. You are mere footsteps from your goal. Flanker, do you wish to kill him, or shall I? I am yours to command, Flanker replies, but if you do not kill him, be assured that I shall. Flanker closes his eyes for a moment, offering a short murmured prayer. Then you reach out and try the handle of the door. It turns. The door is not enchanted, nor cursed. It is not even locked. After so many miles, so much hardship and pain, the final door is well rated and requires nothing more than the gentlest of pushes to swing open. You enter, with Flanker stalking behind. You climb the stairs to the garret. It is a tiny stone room, the walls plastered with astrological charts, some ancient, some so fresh their ink still gleams. In the center of the space is a desk, and sitting behind it, you and Flanker enter the garret room. The old man looks up, a smile on his face. Ah, you found each other, he declares. You have come to dance for me. His eyes move from one to the other. You feel the power of the crown taking hold already. You reach for the crown as Flanker draws a blade and holds it to the old man's neck. My friend and I have a common goal, Flanker whispers. You will not control us. The crown is the most powerful artifact in the world, the Archmage replies, his eyes gleaming with furious delight. I can control a whole army with a word. There are merely 2 of you. And there is 1 of me.
Let's go, Weepy!
Oh, that got kind of clipped. Hold on a moment.
Let's go, you guys!
Huh. That's a little... I don't know. That's weird. I left some space in front of the file for... I don't know. Flanker's sword begins to waver. It turns as though of its own accord to place itself upon your throat. You cannot kill me, Flanker, you declare, but even as you speak, his sword point moves closer. You are my friend, Flanker, you murmur, eyes closing for the final blow, but it never comes. The crown controls the will, not the action, Flanker murmurs, his face breaking in a shark-like smile. He turns to face the Archmage. So the crown has failed you, Archmage, for our will is not yours. The next instant is almost too quick to see. Flanker's blade flashes, it leaps like a fish from the water. For an instant, the Archmage is sitting upright, and the crown rolls across the stone floor, coming to rest against your boot. You pick up the crown. It is a lightweight thing, poorly made, and the jewels inlaid around its rim are chipped and fractured. Flanker wipes his sword against a cuff. My contract is at an end, mistress, he reports, nodding to you. My purpose is complete. Time to leave, you declare. You are taking the crown back to your masters? Flanker asks. Should I not? You have journeyed long and far to prevent it from falling into the hands of evil, Flanker replies. But not all evil is born abroad. Some grows within our own fields and cribs. You know, he's got a point. How can I be absolutely positive that the next person who wears this crown is going to have anybody's best interest in mind? How could I be sure of that? You know, you're right. Turning the crown in your hand, you sense the power radiating from its surface. I cannot give this to my king. He is only a man, after all. Then what? Flanker murmurs softly. Light gleams from the artifact's surface. It seems such a small thing. You look over the Archmage with sympathy. He is a mere shell. Whatever power once coursed through his body seems to have drained him and left him as dry and cracked as the soil of the Bachlands itself. No one can be allowed the power of this artifact, you begin, holding up the crown. Its time is over. You will destroy it? Flanker asks. Forever? It is the only way. It is too powerful for anyone to have. Flanker nods, and then you do it. Your heel on the crown shatters the bone circlet. The sun jewels spill out in all direction. The ancient weathered skull cap seems to turn to dust by itself. A veil seems to lift from the room, as though the sun has risen in the east for the first time in centuries. Time to go, you declare. And how will you do that? Flanker asks. You merely smile as you head for the window. The wind atop the turret is intense. It tries to rip you from the tiles as though under the command of the dead Archmage. Down below you see the armies of the Archmage mustered in the city square. You throw off your captain's uniform. You no longer need it. I'm naked! You look down at the army below. From here it seems small, untrained, ill-equipped. A motley band from a tiny citadel, ill-prepared for the long march west. Without the power of the crown, the power to make a soldier of every woman and man along the road, they cannot hope to succeed. They must surely falter and fade away. You lift your broadsword and wave it high in the air, hoping the gold-crest eagles waiting near the citadel will see. Nothing happens. You keep waving the blade. Surely they are there. Surely they will be coming for you. Surely this was not a suicide mission, and they intended you to return. Just then you look up, attention taken by a keening sound coming from the west. The sound is accompanied by the sound of wings. From inside the turret you hear Flanker call, I hear something, a bird. Are you there? You call out. There is a great screeching, but no reply. But then again, the gold-crest eagles of Analand can turn their feathers to make themselves invisible, yet they cannot speak. Flanker clambers out from the window, coming to perch beside you on the turret. I see nothing, he declares, but I hear them. There is nothing for it but to jump. You stand and step from the turret edge. You fall, Too far, past where an eagle might have flown, flanker falling with you. You look to him for help, but there is nothing he can do. He has no trick hiding in his cloak. Then there is a sudden rush of air above you. Claws catch your shoulders. You have been caught. The great bird has you and will not let you fall. You are lifted slowly into the air. You are flying! The eagle soars up into the air. To Analand, you cry, and the creature caws out in agreement. Finally, after so long, you are on your way home. Oh, good! We're going to the little compassy thing! Oh, no, I guess we're not. Okay, cool. The journey to Analand is dizzyingly fast. The eagles fly high and do not stop. You clutch at the feathers of pale knuckles. You fly past the wastes of the Bachlan and the walls of Kare, coming into view of the Shamutani Hills once more. So tell me, Flanker demands, why didn't the eagle simply fly you into Mampang? People are going to be asking that question. It's because there would be no fucking story otherwise, Flanker. This book would be 10 pages long and ended in victory. Suck my butt. You know, I'm not sure. Most likely the Archmage had ways to see them. But I still don't understand, Flanker continues. Couldn't they have flown you a little closer at least, over Kare, say? It was a question of risk. Surely the risk of sending one woman alone is greater than a few eagles carrying people on their back. The Archmage did not have any invisible birds. It was best to keep it that way. He didn't? Why not? Couldn't you just put a magic ring on a birdman or something? Before you can argue back... Thank God. The creature below you banks sharply, and conversation is lost if you turn in the air. You pass through the peaks and over the Lakia Pass. From here, the wall that defends Analand and the other kingdoms from the Shamotani Hills seems like a sketched line on an inked map. You don't say. I can't... Why can't I click back into that? Oh, because I'm way up here. Okay. But it is growing larger and thicker with every moment. You catch Flanker's eyes beneath his mask. You follow the course of a river. The curves. You follow the course of a river, the curves through the Mediliki forest. What will you do now? You call out over the rushing wind. I do not know, he cries back. I can no longer be an assassin. I am a dead man, after all. Then the eagles begin to glide lower. The eagles are skimming a village of low huts. For the first time, you begin to feel nervous. You have smashed the crown. What if your king is not grateful, but furious? Finally, the great bird settles to earth in the long grass beside the Cantapani Road, just inside of the Shamotani wall. Flanker is hovering, seemingly holding back. I didn't know he could do that. What ails you, assassin? I have faced many terrifying things, he replies, but the attentions of a crowd have not been one of them. Just don't kill anybody. Be my shadow. He nods. You may not see me, but I will be there. You are clasping Flanker's arm in friendship when from the corner of your eye you catch movement. An old man, a beggar, is skulking through nearby bushes. Watching the beggar closely, you manage to catch a brief glimpse of the features below the mane of shaggy hair. You stride over. The old man leaps out to meet you halfway. Back again, he giggles. Forever and over and again, you are cursed, Analander, and I am free. With that, he lopes away into the long grass, laughing and jumping until he is out of sight. Flanker is by your side. What did he mean? He murmurs. But I am cursed. The gates of home are within sight, but the beggar is right. You have not died today, but someday you will die, and the stars will drag you back to Mampang once more to do it all again, and so on and so on, never ending until you can break the curse of Thrubbin. You turn to see Flanker looking at you with heavy eyes. Do you need a favor from me, Analander? Then you shake the terrible thought away. Today is for celebration. Curses can come to roost tomorrow. You shake off the beggar's dire words. This is your moment. No vagabond will spoil it. You make your way to the Shamotani gate. So, there is a way to break the Zed curse, and it involves breaking an hourglass in one of the towers um, back in the Book 4 city. I've already forgotten what it's called. Make the assassin take the curse, and he'd be happy. Oh God, do I have the nerve to do that? Can we in fact do that? Approach him. I have met that man before, though he was not so old then, but I am cursed. Flanker? You begin. I am here. Kill me, Flanker. Except I don't know if he would come with me. Nothing that's killed us has come with us. Flanker stares at you from under his mask. My contract is at an end, he says. Yeah, I don't have it in me to do this right now. Maybe that's an option. Maybe making him take the curse is an option, but... What kind of hero fobs off the curse onto his sidekick? Well, her side... I keep forgetting we were allowed to play a woman in this game. I keep forgetting it let us do that. Which is great. As you approach the gates, you feel the cheerful laughter of Effie in your mind. You have been lucky, she exclaims. Most fortunate. You pause beside the enormous sealed gates. You draw your broadsword and knock on the gate with the pommel. A sergeant appears at the top of the wall, one you do not recognize. Open the gates, you demand. She does not move. But do you have it? She calls back. It has been destroyed. For a moment the young woman stares, and then a great cry goes across all the sentry positions. An outpouring of confusion and excitement. Flanker lowers his eyes to the ground. The gates are thrown wide. You walk through the wall into your home. Day After Tomorrow or Die Another Day. What was that Tom Cruise movie? Was that Day After Tomorrow? You and Flanker are hoisted aloft and carried all the way along the Northern Passage. You have saved the old world from the Archmage and destroyed the tyranny of the Crown of Kings. But the kingdoms of the Commonwealth will demand justice for the loss of the crown. The future is hardly certain. The effects of your journey will be felt from Analand to the Denizens. Soon every village and every town will know your name. And when the Bachlands are rebuilt, it will be in your honor. The Archmage is dead. His people will rise up and be free. But you yourself still suffer Throbbin's curse. One day you will die and return to the Citadel of Sorcerers, doomed to enact it all again. Perhaps next time you will find a way to save yourself. Your 23-day journey is complete, covering all 4 parts of the Sorcery adventure. You destroyed the Crown of Kings and returned to Analand with Flanker. Along the way, you killed the Archmage and were cursed to eternal death by Throbbin. You finished with 24 max stamina, 42 gold pieces, 1 out of 5 hidden spells, 8 deaths sustained. Save to Cloud. Bepozu, that's been our save. Like, forever. The Crown of Kings. Thank you, Inkle. I'm just gonna flip through. I still don't know what no synthesizers means. You have been granted a single story rewind. I had to hack those in, but, Anyway, we are now allowed to fuck around as much as we want. Like I said... Like I said, if we go back here... Over... I can't actually drag the map around. Anyway, enter this spell in part 1 to unlock New Game Plus. I want to find out what that means. But, as noted, there are a lot of ways that can go. You can show up with Flanker. You can show up with Jan. You can show up with Flanker and Jan. You can show up with, you can show up with just the potion. And then you can steal the crown and force the Archmage to read the spell in that book that had a person in it. And that frees one of the old Archmages, and you can leave her in charge. That girl we met in the time ripples in book 3, you can, recruit her to come with you by following an extremely circuitous path through book 4. And she turns out to be the Archmage's daughter, and she's immune to his magic, so she disposes him. There is shit in these books that we never saw, basically. Anyway, I want to reset to the prologue of book 1. Part 1. I want to see what New Game Plus means. Click. Oh, wait. Was that... Hold on. Let's restart that. I think I missed the chance to put in the spell. Part 1. Enter Cloud spell name. New Game Plus 1 unlocked. What does that mean? Strange Dreams. Yep, Crown of Kings. An adventuress cannot delay. Allows us to change our gender if we want. That's very polite of it. You have no choice but to damn well get it back. Anyway, I'm not going to do New Game Plus. But I do want to look and see, you know... Does anything noticeably change at the very start? What kind of journey will you embark on? One with mercy or one without? Choosing a world without mercy will permanently remove the ability to rewind your decisions. Okay, that's all I need to have seen. You can play this in hardcore mode if you want to. So yeah, that was Inkle's Sorcery series. Inkle's Steve Jackson's Sorcery. I think that was fantastic. I loved it. I had a great time with it.
So now I have to shoot you.
Why are you being so negative?
Yeah, that was the encounter with Flanker. That's how that encounter went. Why are you being so negative? Wait, you're right. Let me go kill the Archmage. Oh, let's see. I could carry on from here, but I think I'll just end the stream a little bit early. Yeah, half night tonight. You guys can all cluster around the TV and watch Bill Nye the Science Guy or whatever you want to do. Tomorrow night? I don't know. Uh, I have a few ideas. I have a few strong ideas. I will do some recording tests later tonight and later tonight or tomorrow, one of them. And we'll see what happens. But for right now, good night, folks. It has been a delight to play through this game for all of you. I am so glad I had a chance to show off a weirdo ass work of interactive fiction. All of Inkle's games are on the list. They have, in particular, there's one game that I want to specifically note that I want to pick up. It's called Overboard, and it is described as a highly replayable detective game where you're the one who done it. So, I want to get away with murder. So that is strongly on my list. But not for tonight. Is there anybody I want to raid tonight? Yeah, I think we're good. I'm just gonna release you folks. Good night, everybody. Rest well.